And good evening, Savannah and the Coastal Empire. Welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here, live at Coach's Corner, because it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right. The coach said Thursday nights, but for some reason, the next two shows are going to be on Wednesday nights. Well, there's reasons, okay? Tomorrow night, I got a coach. Next week, there's a function going on here in Soundgarden. So I'll be following the OG of the Coach's Corner Sports shows, Rubbin' and Grubbin', Brandon Bain, the Atlanta man, and of course, the man himself, Lawrence Bennett, the OG, the producer, the brainchild behind this sports network. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Back-to-back Wednesday nights. I said I was going to try Thursday nights, but I didn't check the Coach's Corner's schedule. They got people coming in. They got parties back here. There's a gazillion TVs. There's a lot going on here at Coach's Corner. So I'll slide in there Wednesdays and Thursday nights, but I'm glad you could join me. Hey, like I said for a long time, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's 10 minutes, I appreciate you tuning in, because you know what? It's all about local sports all the time right here at Coach's Corner, right here on the Soundgarden stage. I got lights on, but I'm not singing. I'm not playing a guitar or anything, but I'm just going to talk about local sports. Got a great lineup for you. Like I said, I'm going to keep it short and sweet when I do these midweek shows. I got 2 sets of guests coming on. First quarter, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to introduce the guests. I'm going to talk about news that's around here in Savannah, Georgia, related to sports, maybe touch on a little national, and then I'll get into my guests. Quarter number 2 with the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week. These two young men just won state titles, wrestling state titles at the traditional GHSA Wrestling Tournament 6A. Back-to-back championships for heavyweight Ashton Anderson and first-time winner Eli Wood for South Effingham. Did I say South? If I said Savannah Christian, I meant South Effingham. But, I'm trying to go a little too fast here because, trying to get things work. I'm a one-man show. When they do Rubbin' and Grubbin', you guys don't see behind the scene. The producer, Lawrence Bennett, stands there. He's got different buttons. He's got cameras going on for the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain, who sits where I'm sitting. I don't have that help. And besides rubbing about cars, talking about car races, NASCAR, he also grubs the food. They give him a nice plate of nice chicken fingers, with some kind of honey rub and some onion rings. I don't know. The coach loses out. But I tell you right now, I don't miss out on food, so I'm not worried about it. But anyway, I'm glad you could join me. So let's get into what's happening locally here as far as the world of sports goes. Remember, I center on basically high school sports, prepsportsreport.com. Check it out. Got stories up there every day. Try to keep it fresh and new. Check it out. So let's start with rankings, okay? Basketball rankings are over. How about lacrosse? BC in Class 4A is ranked number 9. And the ladies from Savannah Christian, the Lady Raiders, are ranked number 10 in girls lacrosse. Girls lacrosse is starting to grow here in Savannah, Georgia. You got to check it out. All right, we're talking about soccer. In 3A, the Savannah Country Day boys are number 1 after 4 weeks. The girls Savannah Country Day team is number 5. And, of course, St. Vincent's is number 9. That's in the 3A. They got a whole new staff over there. The legend is back, Sarah Stewart, the head coach, and, co-head coaches, because she got Sierra Thomas. Got to thank Sierra Thomas and Specialty Sports for sponsoring the girls' soccer player of the week. Check it out. I put it up on the Prep Sports Report today, so go check it out. So we got Amelia Reese from Savannah Arts Academy. We got Holly Katchmar from Islands High School. Then in the boys, 5 Therapy. Dr. Stewart 5, big soccer guy. We put the boys up there. We had Edison Escobar from South Effingham and Evan Navarez from Islands. Check it out. The story is right there. So, soccer's in full swing. Baseball, can't find really much rankings. I mean, there's so many different baseball ranking sources. The Georgia Dugout Club, I can go there. There's another one, the Coach's Box. I'll figure it out for next week. Like I said, this midweek stuff is, going to get to me. But anyway, so let's talk about basketball. All right. Last week, we had Savannah High playing on Friday night, 2 days after I came on my show. They lost to Padilla 56-39. Malachi Jordan was hurt, their best player, badly sprained ankle against Darlington. Savannah High had a good run with George Brown, who took over for Tim Jordan. Great job for the Blue Jacks this year. Now we go to 3A, which happened on Saturday. Benedictine traveled out to Fort Valley State, lost to Holy Innocents 53-45. Just couldn't get on track offensively. Caleb Jones still scored 20 points. Frank Williams gave us a good quote in the Prep Sports Report. Check it out. But they made it to the semifinals for 2 years in a row. And as Coach Williams says, the cadets are a source or a program to be reckoned with. And then we got to go to the little team that nobody's giving any respect, and that's, of course, right around the corner here from Coach's Corner, South C. Johnson High School with Chucky Campbell taking the Adams Smashers against Doherty, who was ranked 4th. Johnson came out big, jumped on them early. They didn't crack under pressure. They held on to win, and it's not like they held on to win by the skin of their skin of their teeth or by a toenail, whatever. They really held on to win because they handled the pressure down the stretch. They won 55-51. What does that mean? They're in the state championship Friday, 3 o'clock at the Macon Centerplex, taking on the number 1 team, Sandy Creek. Now, if you don't know anything about Sandy Creek, okay, they entered the championship. They're going to enter the championship game on a 6-game winning streak. They won the Region 5 championship against Carver Atlanta. They dominated in the first round against Stevens County, 97-42. Then they secured another big win against Lumpkin County. I'm not making this up, people. 92-22. And then they defeated Monroe before Johnson played the other night at Savannah State, 74-44. So it's going to be a tall task for the Adams Smashers. But you know what? If any team can do this and any coach can do this, Chuck Campbell can do this. And I can't believe he says that people are saying he can't coach. He does a great job over there. They've been in the quarterfinals every year he's coached there. So you know what, Coach Campbell, bring on Sandy Creek. I mean the Patriots. I mean Johnson entered the playoffs somewhat overlooked. They were ranked early, then got knocked out of early rankings by Kyle Sandy, a good friend of mine, Sandy Spiels. They secured victories against Doherty in the semifinals. They're seeking the first state title since 2013. And did you know that Johnson has 3 state titles? That's right. Johnson has 3 state titles, 1968, 1992, and 2013 with UTEP Gordon. 1992 was a good friend of mine, Coach James Green, did a great job over there. So they have some history there. But, we got to, keep our fingers crossed. So senior Joshua Quarterman has led the team all year, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals in the game. Junior Fabian Kirkwood added 14 points. 5 rebounds. Senior Kamari Jones, 10 points. Senior Jadon Polite had 5 rebounds. I mean, it's just a great story. Kirkwood's performance in the first half of the semifinals against Doherty, he scored 9 of the Adams Smashers' 22 points. He was on fire, and hopefully he'll be ready for Friday night. So once again, Friday afternoon, the Macon Centerplex, right there where 75 and 16 meet on your way to the ATL, or you make a left, you go to Valdosta. Okay, 3 o'clock. Check it out. It's going to be a great game. All right, got to talk a little about the Ghost Pirates. They're hot. The Ghost Pirates, okay, are on a 4-game winning streak. That's right. They're 22-28. They moved up to 12th place, and I think the top 10 teams make the East Coast Hockey League playoffs. They didn't make it last year. They're hot right now, so keep your fingers crossed. And, of course, the big story, the Savannah Bananas and the Party Animals are at it. They've played 12 times. Banana leads the series 7-5. They played in Florida at Steinbrenner Field. They played in Peoria, Arizona, in San Diego's Padre Spring Training Center, Peoria Sports Complex. They went down to Jacksonville last night, and Jacksonville last weekend, not last night. And they played 3 games. But this is a big one. First time ever, the Savannah Bananas will grace a major league ballpark. And you couldn't get tickets. I mean, they're going out to Houston Astros. They're going to play in the Minute Maid Ballpark, over 45,000 seats, and it's sold out. It's sold out. The Bananas craze is unbelievable. Yeah, I know. We could talk to the purists, which, I'm sort of a baseball purist. They don't like the idea of all these rules, which there are 12 rules now. They added the golden batter rule this year. That means they can pick anybody to come up at any time and bat. I mean, but they got fans dancing. They got fans. They're serenading the fans in the stands. They got baby races. They put on a show. But even though we got to overlook the rules, if you're a purist, okay, they have baseball players. They have guys that can play baseball, and they love to do the shtick, the acting, the fooling around. It's just a great story. And Jesse Cole and Jared Orton, Emily Cole, Pico Scala, Mark the Shark, Edith. I mean, they just bring the whole thing alive. Savannah was sold out 2 weekends ago. I know we're only getting them once a month here in Savannah, but you know what? Everybody in the United States wants to see them, so I give them a lot of credit. So the Savannah Bananas lead the party animals in the World Tour for 2024, 7 wins to 5. And then we got the Firefighters, who, from what I understand, might make their appearance in Washington, D.C. at the Washington National Stadium. So it's just a crazy story. It's just a crazy story, a great gig. So once again, the big story is Friday, 3 o'clock, Macon Centerplex, Macon, Georgia. We're going to see Chuck Campbell take his South Sea Johnson Adams Smashers to the Class 3A championship against Sandy Creek, and nobody's giving him a chance. This old ball coach, you know what? We play the games on the court. We don't play them on paper, just like we play all games on a field. So I'm rooting for the Adams Smashers. I think this is going to be a good game. I don't think they're going to get blown out. Like I said, Kirkwood, though, it's going to be key because he got hurt towards the end of that game against Doherty. Hopefully he'll be back. He'll be there to do it, but it's going to be pretty interesting. And I know I got to try and find TV somewhere to watch it, or the NFHS network. So got to watch that. Maybe they'll play it here at Coach's Corner. I got to ask John Henderson if he's going to do that. But anyway, so that's quarter number 1 in the books. Okay, and if you got anything to say, throw your comment in the comment box. Like, here we go. Our first comment of the night. Zaquan Bryan, back from Minnesota. He just did a guest speaking tour at one of the elementary schools. The kids loved him. Zaquan, always a pleasure. I'm glad you're having a good time up there in Minnesota, where it's a little cold, but you're representing the SAV tremendously. Keep up the great work, coming back and talking to those kids, showing that you can make it out of Savannah, Georgia. You can make it big time, okay? And how do I forget? Kalen Deloach at the Combine, second fastest time in linebackers. Kalen Deloach out of Islands High School, Florida State. Okay, we'll see where he gets drafted. Then you got, of course, Dylan McMahon out of Savannah Christian, out of North Carolina State at center. He finished in four events. He was in the top 10. 2 of them he finished second. So there's some more news for you. Some local guys making some noise in the NFL Combine. So it's pretty exciting time here in Savannah, Georgia. Well, here we go. Zaquan Bryant, he's going to St. James to talk to those kids. That's his old stomping grounds. Hey, just keep on representing SAV and showing these kids and giving back to these kids. Zaquan, you're doing a great job, Quan. And tell good old Daddy-O, the old ball coach, says hello. Okay, Dooley, as they call him. So Anthony Bryan, tremendous athlete himself in high school. So got to thank them for always checking in. Well, next up, we're going to go to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week. We got one hooked up. The other one was having trouble. Hopefully the other one will be here. What am I talking about? The South Effingham High School Wrestling Champions, okay? We have Eli Wood and we got Ashton Anderson. They're going to talk about their experience. Both state champions. You got to love it. 2 from the same team, which also helped South Effingham win the dual championship about 2 or 3 weeks before that, and the traditional team championship 2 weekends ago. So I'm looking forward to that. So next up, stay tuned. We have the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athletes of the Week. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, right here on the Coach's Corner Soundgarden stage. I promise you I won't sing, but stay back. Come back in about 3.5 minutes. We'll have Eli Wood and Ashton Anderson talking about their triumphant gold medals at the Georgia High School State Traditional Wrestling Tournament. Be right back. Also get to eat a little of my stromboli, which I hope I'm not going to pay for it. Maybe I can grub it. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style, we are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, live on the Soundgarden stage, right there, the 975-inch TVs behind me, okay, the gazillion TVs. Nobody's out here tonight except I got some listeners right here, the Heron family from Savannah Christian. Will Heron, race car driver now, also plays lacrosse. I'm not going to get to see him tomorrow night because he's only in 7th grade. I thought he was in 9th grade by the size of him. But anyway, it's great to be here. His brother played Savannah Christian. So, but you know, I just love what I do, and this is why I do it. This is where we talk about the good kids, the kids that have done something special. Something special? Yeah, something special. Not one, but 2 state championship titles individually, 2 team titles, back-to-back dual championships, and they finished second in the traditional. All right, duals, it's just a team. Traditionals where they go individually, but they take the total at the end. They finished second place last year. They finished first place this year. Just a remarkable story out of South Effingham High School, and Coach Chris Bringer has been doing a great job there. And these kids are what the program's all about. I mean, historic winning 2 state titles, back-to-back championships in 2023 in the duals, 2024 championship traditionals, claimed the Georgia GSA Class 6A crown. I mean, Eli Wood. This is a kid from when I interviewed Coach Bringer as a freshman. I mean, he was having a tough time. He worked hard work, just like they preach at South Effingham. State champion his senior year. And, you know, how can I not forget Ashton Anderson? I'm going to apologize. I saw him at the lacrosse game a couple of weeks ago. Islands was playing South Effingham, and he came walking by. You know, big guy, had his number 34 shirt on. I said, Ashton Andrews, right? He didn't correct me, but it's Ashton Anderson. I said, congratulations, great job. So I got to meet him for real. I mean, this is the second year in a row I got him on the internet. Of course, everything now is zoomed and streamed. But back-to-back heavyweight championship. I mean, it's just a great story. Just a great story. I know I'm talking too much, so let's get these guys on. If you got a comment, you want to say something to these two guys, just put it in the comments box and hold it. We got a comment coming up here right away. And, of course, the OG who's inside, hanging out, keeping a track on me. Good evening, Coach DeMasi from Lawrence Bennett. But, he's keeping track. I got all his equipment here. He set the lights up for me, set the screen up for me. Lawrence Bennett, the OG of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. So, but anyway, joining me on the Coach's Hot Seat, 2 state champions from South Effingham High School, wrestling champions. We got Eli Wood and, of course, Ashton Anderson. I just took myself off. Hold it, guys. I'm trying to figure this out here. There we go. It's working. I'm out by myself. The producer, he's back there hanging out with friends talking about race car driving. But anyway, congratulations. Great job. You got to be excited, guys. I mean, Ashton, back-to-back, heavyweight. Eli, you worked your butt off. I don't know what else to say to you guys, but good job.
Appreciate it.
So let's get into this really quick, okay? I got questions for both of you. First I got to find them, guys. There we go, because I'm talking too much and all my papers are flying around. So let's start off with the guy that's gone back-to-back. So congratulations, Ashton, winning 2 individual state wrestling titles. I think that's a first at South Effingham, is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you beat that old Austin Blasky kid out, eh?
Yes, sir.
So back-to-back state titles, 59-5 record. How's it feel to have left such a significant impact, a legacy on that South Effingham wrestling program?
I feel really good about it, but then also I feel like it's just making like a bigger impression on the school for like the younger kids to go and like make more of an impact in the future. Maybe some kid in the future could become a 3-time, a 4-time, or just break the old school record, see how it is.
Now, when you came in as a 9th grader, did you ever envision that this wrestling program would grow so fast and be recognized all over the state?
If I'm going to be honest, I thought we would definitely become a better team, but I never thought that we would get to the level we were like today, how good we have became.
No, it's simply amazing. And Eli Wood, senior also, you both were captains, right?
No, sir, just me.
Okay, so Eli, captain. Okay, outstanding performance this season, including clinching the 138-pound title match. I mean, you started out on junior varsity as a novice and as a freshman. This year, you're the senior captain. You have a state champion. It's truly amazing and inspiring. How do you reflect on the growth and development as a wrestler at South Effingham over these 4 years?
It's pretty crazy because I never really even knew wrestling until freshman year. My friend William Blanford, he introduced me to it. He doesn't wrestle anymore, but he introduced me into wrestling, and I got on the mat, and I wasn't good, but I loved it, and that carried me throughout. And I just kept grinding, kept going to practice every day, grinded over the summer practices. Yeah, it gave me a state championship. So.
It's pretty impressive. And, both of you had to go against the same guy, it seemed like 50 times this year. So, Ashton, you had to go against River Creel out of Brunswick, right?
Yes, sir.
So, and you had to face him, I think, what'd you face him, 3 or 4 times this year?
Yes, sir. It was something like that.
So tell us how, what mindset you have to have going against the same guy and to go against him in the championships?
I was kind of trying to wrestle with smart because I know, like, over the years we've wrestled so many times, so you kind of learn like how they're going to wrestle you and what they're going to try to do to score points. So I knew in my head that like just don't do nothing dumb, keep it smart, just basic wrestling. And
Eli, I mean, you had to do the same thing. Who was your opponent?
Jefferson Catino.
Out of Glen Academy, you had to do the same thing. So, I mean, tell us how that was going against the same guy for the championship too.
It's grueling. It's very hard going against a kid that's very, very good. Last year, he was a state finalist too. So the first match I went against him this year, I was very intimidated because I didn't even place at state last year. So I was pretty intimidated. And then after wrestling a couple times, I got better, and I kept inching closer and closer and closer. And then I won it when it mattered.
And reading and doing a background information check on you guys, a good background check, okay? You said you were inspired by the whole wrestling atmosphere. I mean, how did these experiences shape your goals for your senior year?
It gives you something to strive for. It gives you a goal. Because I remember sophomore year, I wasn't even wrestling at the state tournament, but I was able to help for it. So I was just out there in the stands videotaping people's matches, and it really gave me something to strive for. Like, it really made me want to go out there and wrestle. It gave me a passion. It gave me a desire. It gave me determination, and it drove me. And then the next year, I'm at state, and I'm actually wrestling in the state tournament. I qualified for it, and I might not have done well. I didn't place, but that gave me another goal to place. And then come now this year, and I win one. So
Nice. And Ashton, seems like you're the veteran, and your journey has been a good one. Okay, you've been very successful. But what do you think has been the most crucial factor in your success, and how have these experiences shaped you as a wrestler and as one of the team leaders?
It was definitely the biggest experience that drove me to really know that I got to put work actually. Because my freshman year, I made it to state. And then my sophomore year, I didn't even make it. I lost to River Krill in the blood round of sectional at Brunswick. He knocked me out my sophomore year, so I didn't make it. So we got back from the sectionals tournament, and I just remember sitting in the corner of the wrestling room, crying, just sitting there thinking, next year is definitely going to be different. And then I just ended up putting the work in. I ended up winning it. Same thing. I ended up wrestling him in the final at state, and I won it again.
All right, and of course, you talk about Coach Bringer. What he brings to that program is guidance. I mean, as a senior, what role did he play in? Role does he play in building the culture of that program of hard work and dedication? Because you guys have really, really improved.
So I believe Coach Bringer, he definitely he encourages us. He has his own ways of encouraging, but he's definitely one of the best coaches we've ever had. And then also Coach Hobbs, he's also been there throughout all the years. He's built the foundation. He built the room that we wrestle in, everything. He helped paint the walls, put the floors down. So both of our coaches have definitely just helped us all throughout our 4 years.
Eli, what's your perspective, Coach Bringer and Coach Hobbs?
Same thing. They know what they do best, and they do really good at it. Coach Bringer, he's the best coach I've ever had in any sport. He really just pushes for you to work hard, determination, don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal. That's his motto. And Coach Hobbs, he's there for you when you need him most. He's there to pick you up after you've been broken down, and he helps build you. Like Ashton said, he did everything in the wrestling room. He's been there for so long. So I'm really appreciative of them both.
Nice. And, you're the captain. What leadership qualities do you believe were most influential in you guiding your teammates towards achieving the duals and the traditional state title this year? And how did you foster a sense of unity and determination within that team?
I think it's really important as a leader to do what you preach. I feel like it's important to lead through what you do and not what you say, because it's hard to listen to someone who doesn't do what they tell you to. So I like all the captains, we work hard so the younger guys can see what we're doing and seeing how it's working. So I think that's very important. I think integrity is very important, doing the right thing when no one's watching. And I think those qualities helped us. I think our determination and our hard work got us to that state championship.
Nice. And Ashton, looking ahead, you're graduating. You also mentioned in the article that Nathan Dominance wrote for the Prep Sports Report. You have several talented wrestlers coming back next season. As a senior leaving, what advice would you give to these returning guys? And if there's any new members coming, what hopes for you do you want to wish them to lead that program on to more success?
I just feel like they got to put their mind to it, because when I came in my freshman year, I really did not think I'd be as good as I am today. Because my freshman year, I basically got forfeited to the state final because not the state finals, I mean the state tournament, because I had like 3 people in my actual regions tournament, and it was COVID year, so it wasn't really super hard to get there. And then I let my head get big, but like you just got to keep your head down and keep working throughout all the years. And like wrestling for some kids, when they get there, we've had like our wrestling practices are so hard, which is what makes us so much better. Like so many kids have quit throughout the years because they don't think they can keep up with it. But like if you really just stick with it, you'll get there and you'll achieve like goals that you really don't believe that you can achieve at the time.
And if you're just tuning in, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're at the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week segment with 2 state wrestling champions from South Effingham High School, who is the dual team champion and the traditional team champion, Eli Wood and Ashton Anderson. So we got some people watching. I don't know, is this a real move? I mean, I don't know the moves in wrestling. My producer wants to know his favorite wrestling move is the Wheeler Whip. I mean, is there a whip move in wrestling?
I've never heard of it.
I think he's watching too much TV. When I was growing up, the biggest one, I'm going back a long time, was the Boston Crab. So I don't know, we're talking pro wrestling here. So, but anyway, got to give it. But you have some other comments here. Philip Scholl, great competitors from a great program, and Raku Phoenix, great competitors from a great program. So you got people watching you guys, which is great to see. And, you got to be proud of what you've done. As far as Eli, South Effingham's wrestling program has established itself as a powerhouse of Georgia. Thanks to the commitment and dedication of you guys. How do you envision the continued growth and success of the program in the coming years? And what legacy do you hope you left now that you're graduating?
I think South's going to stay at the top right now. I think we're going to be a top contender for years to come. I mean, just looking at our youth program and our middle school program, there's so much talent and determination. Really work those kids, and we can see it in their eyes. They really want it. And the legacy I want to leave behind is, like I said, hard work, determination. Anything be done with hard work and determination.
Ashton, what do you want to leave behind? I mean, 2-time defending state champion, the first in the program's history.
I just want to leave behind like a legacy that will strive other kids to like come and break even more goals at our school, because we haven't had much success at our school before these past couple of years. Like our cheer team won 2 back-to-back. We won 2 back-to-back and a traditional title. We've had throughout the 6 years, we've had at least 1 state champ each year. So I just feel like these newer kids coming into the school, I just want them to like come out, try it, and then if they really succeed with it, just do better than what we've actually put out there.
All right, Eli, tell us how your 4 years have been at South Effingham High School, academically and athletically. What impression will you leave with about the Mustangs?
Our coach thinks it's more important to be good at the academic side than the athletic side, because most of our kids aren't going to wrestle after. So I think it's important to be good academically as well as athletically. And so, I mean, I've been pretty good academically. I've always had like all A's, maybe like 1 max, but my parents also pushed that on me. So, but I think it's very important because that wrestling usually doesn't carry on after college either. So I think it's very important to be good academically, and I think it's important for younger people to understand that too.
Nice. And talking about your parents, how about your parents? How much have they put into your success as a wrestler and as a student at South Effingham?
A lot. Dad has gotten me everything I ever needed. When it's come to, we have like a little home gym. I have like a little mat in my house, so he's supplied everything. He's sent me videos, but he's done a lot. My mom, she's very supportive. She's like one of the loudest ones at the tournaments. So I'm really thankful for my parents, and I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am right now without them.
Ashton, how about your experience at South Effingham over the last 4 years, academically and athletically?
You see, I'm not gonna lie, I've never been great with the grades. I'm what I call myself an athlete student, not a student athlete. I average a 3.2 GPA, so it's not great. Eli averaged probably a 4.0 throughout all 4 years, but I do. But academically, I definitely could have made it better if I would have just sat down and focused on my work. But I like to do a lot of fun stuff with my friends, like just go out, and I don't really focus on my stuff. But then, like, throughout I feel like I've left a big, like, sports-wise thing on the school, but academically, I definitely could have had better grades than, well, most people if I would have.
Okay, well, both of you, either one of you want to answer this. How about the teachers? What have they meant to you at South Effingham?
You got it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel like the teachers are very supportive of what we do. Like, if I email them and I say, oh, I'm going to be absent this day, they'll be understanding. They'll let me get an extra day for an assignment or test. So I think a lot of the teachers understand what we have to go through, grind of wrestling, and think that they really do help us academically as well. And they really understand our goals, and they understand what we need to do to succeed in life. And I just think they're amazing.
And I apologize, Ashton, but tell us about your parents, what they have meant to your success as a wrestler and as a student at Effingham, South Effingham.
My parents have definitely been one of my biggest support systems because they really don't know anything like about the sport. They've never wrestled. They don't even really watch wrestling, but like same with Eli, my mom in the stands. I think it was me, Gannon's mom, and his mom. They got loudest mom of the year award at the banquet. My mom, she don't really know what's going on, but they're just always out there screaming for us, just cheering us on as much as they can. And then same with my dad. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. Like, I can hear both of them. I can barely hear Coach Bringer through my headgear, but I managed to hear my mom from all the way at the top of the stand screaming. So I feel like they've definitely pushed me the hardest to, like, succeed because they don't – my dad's, like, he's never raised a quitter. That's just what he tells me. If you're going to start something, you're going to finish it. And, like, my dad, like, he – not the right everything, but he's going to get me through.
Nice. All right. Eli, future plans. Going to wrestle anywhere? Gonna have an interest in something that you want to do after college is over?
Yes, sir. I plan to go to Georgia Southern. Undecided on my degree, but I'm going into the ROTC program, and I'm gonna be National Guard while I'm ROTC. So.
Nice. And Ashton, you committed to Newberry College. Anything you want to study while you're going there? Anything idea yet?
I want to go to Newberry I want to be a veterinarian.
Nice.
It's a hard field, so if I don't end up actually becoming a veterinarian, I'd probably go into something a little slighter. Like, I wanted to be a chiropractor, but that's also still a hard, like, just program to get into because the school's so small and the buildings they don't have many students who can actually get into it. So it's like top of the line kids who can actually get into their med programs there. So if I don't end up doing that, I would have to decide on another one.
All right. You got two other comments that just showed up, and we're going to end it after this. Mason says, great competitors from a great program. Okay. And I think Coach caught on to this, Ashton, athlete student.
Sounds about right.
So he's checking you out. But guys, great job to the team, to you guys individually. That's why you guys are this week's Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. Keep up the great work. Best of luck at Georgia Southern. Best of luck at Newberry. And a lot of people know who South Effingham Wrestling is and who you guys are. So keep it up. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
I mean, just two dedicated kids, committed to what they're doing. Ashton, had the grades to get the scholarship, and Eli is off the charts academically and athletically. So just two great kids from a great program, and proud to get them on because I'm telling you right now, South Effingham Wrestling is one of the tops in the state. and everybody knows about it. And wrestling has grown here in the Savannah area since I got here. So it's fun to watch it grow, because there wasn't many wrestling programs back in 1995 when I got here. So it's great to see it go. And Coach Bringer, Coach Hobbs, keep up the great work. Well, you know what it is? It's the week before St. Patty's Day, the week before the 200th St. Patty's Day parade. But there's another big event going on the week before. It's the 45th Savannah Shamrocks Rugby Club Tournament. And no better way to talk about it before it kicks off this weekend than to the tournament director, Lindsay Schmidt. Okay, she'll be back in 3.5 minutes. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. 3.5 minutes, Lindsay. I'll be right back. Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game
At
day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands: Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering.
Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network on the Soundgarden stage. The lights are on, but I'm not singing. I'll save you that. I'm talking sports. Remember, at Coach's Corner, it's all food, all fun, all sports, all music. Since when? 1991. And I got to thank John Henderson and Del Henderson for letting me do this. And the man behind the scenes, the OG, the producer, Lawrence Bennett, helped me out. But I said this time this year, I'm not going to miss the Savannah Shamrocks Rugby Tournament. every time I wait too long, and it's tough to get Julie Midget or Matt Midget on to talk about it. So I've been bugging Julie Midget, who is the club president, and she says, Coach, I want you to talk to a good friend of mine because this lady does all this stuff behind the scenes for the rugby tournament. She's been doing it since 2020, all right? It's the 45th annual. It'll be held March 9th and 10th. I mean, at Daffin Park like it always is, all right? And it's part of probably one of the well-known rugby clubs in the United States, and of course, the Savannah Shamrocks. So, but she could tell us a lot more. Joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the Savannah Shamrocks Rugby Club Tournament Director, Lindsay Schmidt. Say that 5 times fast, Lindsay.
How are you doing, Carl?
Hey, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm talking local sports, and it's not Saturday mornings anymore, but I'll make sure I got to squeeze it in. But once again, it's always nice talking to you and talking about that tournament. But people don't realize how much you guys give back to Savannah. They think you just put on a tournament. But I mean, how did you get elected to do all this? Julie and Matt said, we can't do this. We just got to run the teams.
The tournament director is part of the board of directors through the Savannah Shamrocks and Rugby Savannah. So I was elected by my peers, the players on the men's and women's, and of course the old boys that have been around since this club was started. So
yeah, they've been around a long time. So, but tell people that how does the Savannah Shamrocks Rugby Tournament contribute to the growth and popularity of the game of rugby, especially considering its status as this is one of the largest tournaments in the country?
It is one of the biggest, definitely on the East Coast and throughout the country. One of the biggest things that has made it so successful over the years is the support from the community. I mean, we're in our 45th year this year, which is amazing. And we do make it a point to give back to the community, which helps with our support and continued success. So this year we donate to America's Second Harvest and the Humane Society of the greater Savannah area, which is great that we can do that. And I think it's great for the community because we have so much of the public support and people from the community coming out and watching and learning about this great sport. I talk to people every year that haven't heard of it, haven't seen it, and they come out and they fall in love with the sport.
I mean, it's just amazing. I've been down there a couple of times to watch, more than a couple of times. I've been here for almost 30 years. I've been down there about 15, 20 times to watch it. It's just fascinating to see what goes on. And, you guys, the Savannah Shamrocks, I mean, formed in 1978. And like you said, the old boys were a big part of this. But my question to you is, I want you to blow your bubble here. Walk us through organizing this large scale tournament with over 80 teams, and how do you classify them in brackets in talent and age? Because I mean, we go from 18-year-olds to 70-year-olds, I think.
Yes, we do. We have divisions from men's and women's collegiate up to our old boys division. So it is a wide range. And the planning really starts at the end of this year's tournament, between getting all of the permits with the city and the state, getting all the vendors lined up. And of course, our registration, it's a lot to divvy up and make all the brackets. We have this year 11 different divisions and brackets that'll be playing between all the age groups. And it's like a puzzle, putting it all together.
And how long does it take you to do this? When do you start doing this? Okay, so it ends Sunday, right? It ends Sunday morning, right? Do you start right away? You give yourself a breather? When do you start putting this all together?
I do give myself a little breather, but in April, it starts the planning of getting all the permits and information to the city for the next year and deciding on dates, because teams are already asking at the end of this one when they can plan for next year. So they really enjoy coming out to Savannah and to this tournament. It's a fun way. And a lot of these teams travel from places that it's still winter and snow. And so they look forward to getting down here to the warmer temperatures and having a little spring break fun with rugby.
Well, back in the day where I lived before I moved here to Savannah, I had a high school football player. He went to the University of Buffalo, and he said he was part of the University of Buffalo rugby team. He said the best part was coming down here and being in a college tournament. So you got a lot of college kids coming down too, right?
That's correct. And that's actually how I started coming to this tournament when I played back in college, because I'm from Iowa originally, and it was our highlight. And that's how I got interested in this tournament and also in the city of Savannah. And it's what brought me here.
It's simply amazing. Okay. So there's something new this year, which has never been done from what I've been reading about. What inspired the Savannah Shamrocks Rugby Club to have the addition of live music throughout the Saturday afternoon, and how do you think it's going to enhance the event?
Well, it's going to be kind of a small live music, and it's actually part of my merchandise vendor, Balls Out Rugby. She asked, one of her volunteers runs a little band out of Atlanta, and he asked if he could do some, nice, Irish music and family-friendly tunes. And so we're going to try it at the end of the day, kind of as we wrap things up on Saturday and people get ready to head out and have a good time in the city of Savannah.
Getting ready for next week, right?
Absolutely.
So, all right. So you said you have 11 different divisions, right?
That's correct.
So if someone is at the festivities at Daffin Park, how do they know who's playing what, where, and when?
We have all the brackets posted at the information table. You'll see them. They're posted on big boards. And so you can come there and check out which teams are there. We have them posted throughout. The fields are labeled so people know where to go and where they can find the teams, especially if they're interested in finding the Shamrocks and seeing them.
And don't forget, the food and the beverage are always a highlight. So what types of vendors will be present? Will be food trucks? Will there adult beverage carts? You know what I mean?
Yes, we are sponsored by Guinness. So we have the Guinness truck out there that's provided by United Distributors. And we have several food trucks out there. I have anything from burgers, fish and chips, barbecue, Latin food. We have it all. So it's really a fun event. And I know all my vendors look forward to coming back, all those food trucks. And again, like our volunteers from America's Second Harvest that, serve our alcohol and beverages, they love it every year. So it's really a fun community event.
And, I'm going to go back to earlier because you beat me to the question, but expand on what this means to you guys giving back to these charities, because every year you guys give out a good amount of the proceeds to charities. And, it's really important that you're giving back to the community. But can you go any further with that? Do you rotate the charities, or are there certain ones that you stay with?
Since I've been involved with the club, we've used the same ones, again, because they volunteer and do so much at the tournament and are willing to come out there. So that's why we choose those specific charities to give back to in the community. I can't speak for what was done before I've been around, but I know that a lot of it's because of their involvement, and it is important to, Savannah Shamrocks, because we're also a nonprofit organization now. And so it's important that we give back to some of those other nonprofits in the community and maintain that relationship. One of the biggest reasons this is such a success is because of all the cooperation and collaboration with the community officials and these organizations throughout.
So we go way back. You were a player in college. You came to Savannah. You stayed in Savannah. You're a big part of Savannah Rugby. What's your, your most fondest memory of this tournament that you've been involved with for probably about 10 years, right?
Yes, that's correct. I started coming 16 years ago, actually, which is a long time, it seems like. But a couple memories, I guess my first one would be the very first tournament that I came to, and it aligned right when the St. Patrick's Day parade was. So just falling in love with the city and the festivities is one of my highlights back when we used to do that tournament so close to the parade. It was fun, especially being a young college kid.
I remember going back and forth to parade rugby tournament.
Yep.
It was tough to decide, but now that you guys pushed it back a week, it makes it a lot easier for everybody.
It does. And I think it really kicks off the events in the city. Everybody knows to expect it the week before. And it starts really bringing in that revenue and those visitors to the community and for all the Savannah businesses throughout.
Nice. All right. So if I can't get there Saturday or some part of Saturday, social media is such a big thing. Is there any way people can find out what's going on and how far you're into the tournament before they decide to come down there?
Yes, we have an event page on our social media, Instagram, Facebook, and on our Rugby Savannah website. All the games will be posted there as well. But that's where you can find us throughout the weekend. Nice.
Okay. And I guess for those that are attending the tournament, what essential details should they know before they get there? Is there any kind of restrictions like clear bags or anything like that, which this crazy world has been going through?
There aren't any restrictions with the bags. One thing I get asked a lot is, are there tickets? Does it cost to get in? It's completely free event for the public, which is great. Just be aware, get there early, because parking can be kind of difficult because we have so many people and so many teams coming throughout, and even if you just want to come out and get some food from your favorite food truck and, take in a game and learn a little bit about the sport, it's a great way to spend your weekend. And we're just hoping the weather holds out.
Yeah, you're a forecaster. You get paid to be wrong all the time. So hopefully these guys are going to be wrong this weekend. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I appreciate you coming on. You do a great job. The Savannah Shamrocks Rugby Club does a great job. It's well known across the United States. Like I said, all the way up in New York, they know about it. Upstate New York, which is right on the Canada border, and all the way out in Iowa. You have any teams coming from California this year?
We do have a few people coming from the West Coast. In California, we have a couple of teams from Canada coming down and playing as well. So we get people from all over, which is great.
It's simply amazing. You got to go see it. You got to experience it. It's unbelievable. I haven't had to park that far away yet, so I hope I don't have to do it this weekend. But anyway, great job. Appreciate you coming on. Thanks for Julie for getting me to get in touch with you. And like I said, this year I was going to do it before. I wasn't going to forget this year. So
I appreciate
everything else going on. But I'll have my green on supporting the old guys. You know what I mean?
That's great. Thank you again, Karl.
Thanks, Lindsay. And the website again, if they want to check out more, is SavannahShamrocks.
It's www.rugbysavannah.com.
There you go, rugbysavannah.com. All right, have a good one. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Go Rocks. I mean, I don't know how she does it. I don't know how she puts together all this 11 different divisions, over 80 teams. I mean, and if you haven't gone to one, it's free. It's great to watch. I've gone to a Saturday. I've gone to Sunday for the championships. I mean, it just kicks off St. Patty's Week here in Savannah, Georgia. So it's a lot of fun to watch. But once again, I made it for an hour there, Mr. Lawrence. We got an hour out of this Wednesday night. Remember, next weekend, like I said, I was going to try and go Thursday nights. Next weekend. Sorry, I'm not doing weekends. I'm so stuck in doing weekends. So next Wednesday night, I will be following Rubbin' and Grubbin again. Wednesday night, right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. You can follow Rubbin' and Grubbin and the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on Coach's Corner's Facebook page, on the Karl DeMasi's Facebook page, on Twitter. Okay, you also can follow us on YouTube. Please go to Rubbin' and Grubbin and subscribe. I mean, it's all NASCAR, and NASCAR is one of the biggest sports down here besides football. You got to get involved because Brandon Bain and Lawrence Bennett, they do an unbelievable job. And then, of course, yours truly, no more Saturdays. Got to have a little life. Got to take the wife out and do things now. And plus, my family's growing, so I want to see the grandkids like Lawrence does. So I want to be around for that. But I'm going to be here Wednesday or Thursday nights. I'll always have the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic after the week. You got a kid to nominate? Hey, here's my phone number. It never goes away. It's 912-507-9158. Never goes away. Never shuts off. Never goes away. Okay, never shuts off. So text me. Give me a kid's name. All right, I'd love to get him on. Like Will Herron, who was sitting here watching young race car driver. He's going to be jumping on with Rubbin' and Grubbin. I can't wait to hear this kid's story. Brandon Bain's taking my thunder here. And don't forget, this year, it's the second week in April. We will have no other than the 19th hole with the Herb Brothers. You want to talk about a show that's energizing, funny, off the wall, could be a little adultish at times, but the Herb Brothers, Sean and Brent Herb, do a great job. Of course, the man behind the scenes is the OG, Lawrence Bennett, the producer, who does a great job with him. I mean, he's got 15 cameras going on. I can't even control one. This guy's got 15 going on. But anyway, we'll have the Henderson cabin set up to my right, your left. It's a great show. It's a great show. You got to be part of it. Hopefully they'll let me come on, the hacker. I'm not very good at golf, but I love to come talk about it. So once again, as I say every week, okay, it's a crazy world we live in. Please say your prayers for what's going on, but hopefully Rubbin' and Grubbin and the Karl DeMasi Sports Report can take you away from all that crazy stuff. So until I see you next week, okay, tomorrow's Thursday. Friday, go down the road, hit it out of the park. Until I speak to you next week, may be your best week ever. God bless. Peace out. I'll talk to you next week. Wednesday night now.